Good day, good people. Listen up. We've realized that having a daily home maintenance routine is so much easier when you want to keep your house tidy than mustering up the time and energy to actually tackle a big cleaning or decluttering or organizing project.
That's right. So that's why today we're going to be sharing 8 easy tips that we use for our daily home maintenance routine to make it a breeze. So first off, let's just say our home has not always been super tidy. We've learned throughout the years.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not super tidy right now. Some Lego on the couch.
That's probably
Sorry,
super tidy.
you're back on track.
Okay, here are some of the tips that we've learned and that we use in our daily home maintenance. And the first tip that's made a huge difference for us is to put things back right away when we're done using them. So that doesn't just go for scissors. That's the first thing people think of. Scissors, put them back.
Glue, stapler.
Shoes.
Wet wipes. Wet wipes. You need to know where the wet wipes are at any given time.
And then the screwdriver as well. I've learned that if he knows where the screwdriver is, or if I know where the screwdriver is, then things get fixed easier.
Yeah, the yellow screwdriver, that thing is gold. So we don't want to lose it.
That's why it's yellow.
That's also why we need to put it back where it belongs.
Oh.
Right when we're done using it.
Exactly. So that's the first tip. The second tip is to throw away trash right away. Opening some candy in the couch, don't leave the candy wrapper there, throw it away.
We're gonna get back to that
right away.
in a little bit.
However, when we first got married, I would chop up the vegetables and stuff because I cook and I like cooking. So I would always do that and chop up the vegetables, unpack some stuff that needs to go in the food, and then I'd leave the trash right there on the counter because opening the trash that many times, I don't know. I don't know why I did it, but Ben was like,
why?
So I learned from some loving encouragement that it's really easy just to put it in the trash right away. That's helped us a lot. It just makes cooking more fun too, not to have a pile of food trash.
Daily home maintenance tip number 3 is not to stack dishes. This is a mantra that we've adopted in our 10 years of marriage, somewhere along the way. We just realized that, the idea of stacking dishes is kind of where you start off with getting a dirty kitchen.
So let's just clarify, we're not talking about not stacking dishes in the cupboard when we're done cleaning them. We're talking about when they're dirty, when you're eating of them, don't put them on the counter and just stack them, because stacks of dishes invite stacks of pots and glasses and utensils, and all of a sudden all your dishes are sitting right there ready to be soaked or something.
You've got dish skyscrapers with little pot villages around and utensils strewn across the table. Those are the people in my little imaginary dirty dishes world, and you don't want that.
No. So if you have a dishwasher, make sure it's unloaded when you're ready to eat so that as soon as you're done eating, you can load the dishwasher again. If you don't have a dishwasher, then just make sure you wash the dishes as soon as you can. It's just so much nicer when you walk into the kitchen to make a snack or to prepare a meal to not have the kitchen be full of dirty dishes, but actually have it be clear and ready for you to do what you want to do.
This thing is poking me. For item number 4, I think we should talk some rules that we try to implement that don't relate specifically to us, but more to our kids. Something that we try to stick to and help our kids stick to is not having multiple toys out at the same time. That sounds very fascist. We are not fascist parents. But we do try to limit how many toys they have out at the same time if they're not playing with them.
When we say how many toys, we're talking types of toys. So if Mia wants to play with the Barbies, she'll play with the Barbies. But if she wants to play with the Barbies, and then all of a sudden she wants to play with her Legos, and all of a sudden she wants to play with her dress-up clothes, all of a sudden everywhere is full of toys. Of course, if she's pretending that the Barbies are coming in to smash the Lego people's houses, then that's fine. We encourage that. However, we want her to play with one type of toy at a time if they're not intertwined in some sort of game together. And I found as they do this, they really seem to have more joy for the individual toy, and they learn respect for their room and for our house.
Responsibility, taking care of your things. Yeah, those are good things. We want to encourage that.
Exactly.
So that's what we're doing right now. Encouraging. Tip number 5 is to keep things where they're used. And I think primarily cleaning supplies, vacuum cleaner, mop, what else?
Plates or glasses, the things you use in specific areas of your home. And of course, wet wipes.
Yeah, that way you save time when you're taking stuff out for cooking. You save time when you put stuff away, when you empty the dishwasher. All of those things, they add up. And then with the cleaning supplies, obviously, if you have a mess, if you need to vacuum something up, then having the vacuum accessible, having the mop accessible, having rags at the ready, those things also make it easier for keeping your home tidy.
Exactly. We used to have all of our cleaning supplies in one central location, which meant that when we needed to wipe the mirror upstairs and we had the Windex down here, it didn't get done as often as it needed to. And then when we put it upstairs, we didn't get our mirrors down here done as often as we needed to. So we split them, we bought an extra, and then we have them two places.
Yeah, and that means that cleaning the house is very rarely like a massive project where it's like, oh, we have to clean everything because everything's a mess. It's just something that we do on a rolling basis.
It makes your daily home maintenance so much easier. The sixth tip that has made a huge difference for us, is to eat when you're eating.
This is another mantra type thing.
Yes, we say this to our kids all the time. Actually, we probably more say sit at the table when you're eating because we've designated our living room, dining room table to be the place where you eat. So if you're having a snack, you sit here. If you're having some candy, you sit here. Like whenever you're eating, you sit by this table. That way we don't get a lollipop stuck in between the cushions on our couch and we don't have like spills of milk all over the floor.
Yeah, or crumbs upstairs in the bedrooms, those kind of things that just make the general maintenance of your home more difficult on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, because it's a lot harder to spill some soda on the floor if it's not on the floor to begin with.
Yeah, if that's your objective, to spill soda on the floor, then if you have no soda on the floor or anywhere close to the floor,
you're not going to get that done.
It's going to be difficult.
Eat when you're eating.
And as a secret bonus to this idea of eating while you're eating, if you get your family together and you eat together and you're not distracted by the TV or, you know, people are in different places while you're eating, especially dinner, that means you have a little bit of extra time to spend together with the family, talking about the day and the life of your children and the things that they're experiencing. I'm not sure where I was going with this. That's just kind of a bonus. I mean, that doesn't have anything to do as such with daily home maintenance, but I think it's a
good tip. It's
another
good thing
that we want to encourage. We're all about encouraging good things, good ideals. Strive for those. Strive for excellence. Go for it.
You're welcome.
Now we make it sound like we're always perfect at it. We are pretty good at eating together as a family.
Yeah, and eating at the table.
And eating at the table. We are good at that. I mean, mostly keeping the kids from eating all over the place. When the kids are asleep, you know.
It's free game. Hey, and also from not having the kids eat while they're playing a PlayStation or watching the iPad, we have a lot cleaner, what are they called?
Electronics?
Consoles? Consoles, that's the word.
Controllers?
Controllers!
Those are the things they hand.
Yeah. So our controllers are a lot cleaner, don't break as easily, and my iPad screen has never looked this nice.
Hold on, did you subscribe yet? Because we do content like this every week. We try to keep it light and fresh, but also useful. So, I mean, that's a good combination if I ever heard of one. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notification of when we release new videos.
Yeah, so do that. And while you're clicking that button, I'm going to tell you about our tip number 7. Because tip number 7 is...
forthcoming.
Stop it.
Okay.
Okay. And that is having a daily cleanup routine before we hit the hay in the evening. So that means that we, right before going to bed, we'll look around and see like, oh, are there any toys on the floor? Are there any things in the kitchen? Are there any books lying around? Just kind of like picking up of things
just
all
like
around.
5 minutes. I mean, we've mentioned this in other videos. We'll probably mention it again. Is there something that we haven't mentioned in that respect that, you know, what would be good as like an added insight?
I mean, we have the kids do it before they go to bed and for their room, and then we do it for the rest of the house before we go to bed. I think it's mostly so that I don't have to be thinking all day long, oh, like there's 3 Legos on the floor, clean it up. So I don't have to be that kind of mom that I don't want to be. It's like, clean up, clean up, clean up. But it still looks nice at the end of the evening.
Yeah, and it's, again, teaching the kids the responsibility for their own things. That I didn't have anything in mind, but that's a really good one. Thanks.
Because I'm smart like that. The last tip for a daily home maintenance routine is to make the bed. It's a very, very simple one, and most people, well, some people, they've done it their whole lives. Like, yeah, I've done it since I was like 2. But I didn't. Sorry, Mom. I didn't do it until I got married and saw the benefits of it. And I love making my bed in the morning. I love having that clear, clean look. It makes me feel really good when I come home after work, but it also makes me feel nice leaving for work and knowing that that's done.
Your bed is like the centerpiece of your bedroom, so that's the most obvious thing that if it's, unmade, that's what you'll notice. If it's made, then I think that has those added benefits for sneaking into your mind and saying, there, it's okay. Whatever happened at work today, it doesn't really matter. Look at the big picture. Just take it easy. Relax, enjoy the good things in life. Spend time with your family. Do things that are uplifting. Develop your talents. Actually, I feel like making the bed is kind of like if you've read or watched The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's kind of like that thing where, the people in there, if they have their towel, that's like a sign of like, this guy has got it all together. He's got everything under control. So if you see someone who's got a towel, you better, if he's not friendly, you better run the other way. And making the bed is kind of like the same thing in real life. And actually it's a good idea also to know where there's a towel. You don't have to like carry it with you all the time, but definitely if you're showering or bathing. We should wrap this up.
I have no idea if we've gotten this shot or not. These are our 8 easy tips for a daily home maintenance routine that really works for us. What routines do you have going on for your daily home maintenance? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, then make sure you hit that thumbs up button because that lets us know that you like the video.
Yeah, and we would appreciate the feedback genuinely. See you next week.
I'll do this again.
I don't know, I thought it was good. Shut up.
Because I'm smart like that.
Okay. Yes, you are. I mean, okay.
Okay.